what's up, you guys? It's your girl Chess, and today I just wanted to talk about bullying / cyberbullying. I've been just because I've been reading some things like on the internet. I was on Yahoo because I was gonna see something with the email. I'm seriously considering switching emails because my Gmail, it's not letting me log in to my BunnyZim vlog, which is what I use for my YouTube. And my BunnyZim at Gmail, I almost never check, so if it's getting flooded with Facebook notifications and spam and stuff. So I'm seriously just thinking about switching over to Yahoo, and just switching my accounts to my BunnyZim vlog and doing stuff like that. And I was trying to log in, I couldn't figure out how to log in, but then I saw this news story about, it took me to their homepage, and I saw this news story about this kid who got in trouble for wearing an NRA t-shirt at school because they said that it promoted violence or whatever, or guns, or owning guns or whatever. And I thought that it was funny because the school ended up having to apologize to the child. Her name was Haley. I don't remember her last name, otherwise I would say it, but I don't remember. But her name was Haley, and she was a sweet little girl, and they ended up having to apologize to her because of there being misunderstanding over this t-shirt. And it was a t-shirt that her father got when working for NRA. So I just thought it was kind of funny, and it linked me to a few other stories of people who were getting bullied or cyberbullied, and it linked me to this one of a girl whose Facebook photo, or a photo, I guess, from her Facebook, of her dressed up as the Tomb Raider girl, the Tomb Raider main character, for Halloween. She was kind of overweight, not necessarily her fault. She actually had a health condition that caused her to be overweight, which I feel bad for, because, as chunky girls, we gotta stick together, And to be honest, I thought her picture was really cool. I've never seen anybody really try anything like that before, and I thought she looked really cool. I mean, I really did. I wouldn't have the guts to go out, in a cool outfit like that for Halloween. I mean, last year I was a cat, but I wore a black dress, and, it kind of hid my fatness. So, I'm kind of ashamed of my fatness. So, I was like, hey, that chick's pretty cool. I would be her friend. I'd hang out with her every day. And, so I started reading the story. I read her whole story, and then below it there was a video from another story of a girl who had stood up against people who were, it was in Omaha, and there were people who had made an Omaha's Hots and Knots, and her friends ended up on the Knots list. And then she started defending all the girls in the list, saying that, commenting, saying oh, your eyes are pretty, or your hair looks really good, or, you're really pretty, blah, blah. And most of these girls, what's sad was most of these girls in this were really actually pretty, and I thought that it was really sad that, people would even do that. And I kept watching the video. I didn't read the story on this one. It was just a video. I don't know if there was a written story on it or not. I'll post a link and hopefully the video's there. If it's not, you can read the one girl's story, at least, the girl who dressed up as Tomb Raider. Unfortunately, I'm horrible with names, so I can't give names, and I feel really bad for that. But this girl, she did stand up for her friends, and then she ended up on this Knots list, and she, she said she didn't care. She said that those people couldn't determine whether, that about her. They couldn't determine, how she felt about herself or whether she was pretty or not, because it wasn't up to them. It only mattered what she thought. And her mom was angry about it. She had a completely different reaction from her mom. And I thought that it was so cool that this girl stood up against it. And I think that there are a lot of kids that are cyberbullied out there, and cyberbullying sucks because it's one of those things that I don't think I've ever really gotten cyberbullied. I've had some problems with kids over the internet, but I've only really gotten bullied in person in school. Part of the reason, actually I think most of the reason why I stopped going to school and wanted to be homeschooled when I was homeschooled. Of course you do miss your friends, but definitely if you're being bullied, don't go back. It's not worth it. I promise. I went back twice. Why I made the same mistake the second time, I really just wanted to be in public school. We tried to get me into some public schools and they wouldn't accept me. and then Kellyville was all that was left. And I figured, because at the time my boyfriend was going there, and when I finally got enrolled, he wasn't going there anymore. And then after a little bit after that, we broke up, actually, because he cheated on me. So, which I wasn't really surprised, because I felt so insecure through that whole relationship, so I don't even know why I did it. Anyway, so I thought that I would at least have, my boyfriend there protecting me, which in turn I didn't. I was there for like 2 days, and I left. The first day I went home crying because I hated it so much, because the same crap happened to me. Again, over and over and over and over, and I was really tired of it. I wanted to have the social life, but I guess I just wasn't that lucky. I guess I shouldn't have left Sapulpa, huh? So I was watching and reading, and I think, like I said, I don't think I was ever really cyberbullied. And I've seen people that, stories of people, rather, that were cyberbullied, that, and I really think that cyberbullying sucks. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm in a conversation with somebody, actually a family member right now. So cyberbullying really sucks, because it's one of those things, you have it on your phone. Now, I don't have it on my phone because my phone sucks, so I don't even get, it gives me what I need, so I'm not complaining, but it's not an Android like my other one was, and I prefer an Android, in all honesty. And so I don't get Facebook notifications on here. The only thing I get is I put this phone on notifications for messages, like in case my stepbrother messages me or something, so that I can keep in touch with family members, because I don't really check Facebook until it's too late for me to reply to their messages. So, I think that and it happens on the computer, and it happens on the phone, and it's everywhere. And I think that cyberbullying could really be prevented if more people stood up. But not a whole lot of people stand up for themselves, or their friends or something, because they're afraid to, because they don't want to be targeted as well. But what happens is, when you're being bullied, or when your friend is being bullied, you can't really help it. You're going to get bullied too, more than likely. At least in most cases I've seen, is they got bullied too. So I think that people are really sad if they think that bullying is going to make them look good, because, let me just give you all a shout. If you're a bully out there, if you pick on somebody behind their back, to their face, it doesn't matter. If you're picking on somebody, if you're bullying somebody, you're a bully, alright? So, to you guys, you might not even notice that you're doing it. You might not know that this is what people see you as. You might not see yourself as this, and I feel bad for you if you don't, because it would really help you out a lot. Just stop it. For the love of Christ, do you realize how sad and pathetic you look? Yeah, you might be hurting some feelings, but the more that you're hurting yourself by hurting those people. Because if you hurt yourself more than you hurt those people, you're hurting yourself when you hurt those people, because you're showing how low you are as a person, that you have to get any kind of attention possible. You're so desperate for attention that you'll pick on some poor person that didn't do a single thing to you. And what? Because you're jealous? What, do they have something better than you? Like me. People were jealous of me because, maybe I had a cool color hair and they didn't. Or, maybe I had more friends and they didn't. Or maybe I was a cheerleader and they couldn't be on the cheer squad. I was cool and they wanted to degrade me or something, At one point, I used to be skinny and I used to be pretty, and people used to pick on me all the time. After I started wearing makeup, everything, I got picked on even more. So what? Were you jealous of me? Because I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got a cool house. I got a car. Now, if you're gonna bully me for what I have, bully me for what I am. You can't take it from me. You absolutely can't take it from me. So I wouldn't even pay any attention to those people because they're really sad and pathetic. And my mom taught me that a long time ago, is that bullies are really sad and pathetic. And I think that if you have bullies that are attacking you, be it physically, verbally, if they're hurting you mentally, in any way, if they're hurting you physically, mentally, verbally, whatever, first off, don't be afraid to tell somebody. If you are like 13 or 14, 15, you feel like you can't trust your parents with this shit. For the love of Christ, grow a vagina, and tell your parents that you are being bullied and that something needs to be done about it, because chances are they're going to do something about it. They're at least going to try. And if they don't, then you gotta take matters into your own hands. So you gotta start telling people, I really don't give two shits what you say about me or to me or do to me, because you're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself, because it's just showing everybody else in this school how sad and pathetic you are. I always say, just completely ignore bullies and they'll leave you alone, because they won't get what they want out of you. And it makes sense too. If you ignore a bully, don't look at them, don't look around, don't change your faces towards them, don't do anything, just move on past. Don't even give them a glance, because if you give them a split second out of your day, they're going to think that they're worth it to you, and that they're going to they're affecting you, and they're going to keep doing it. But if they ignore you after you ignored them for a long period of time, they're going to most likely stop, because I ignored them for so long. And they actually were a lot better than whenever I gave them any kind of attention. And you know what? It's funny, because bullies aren't always what they're cracked up to be. Because now this girl hated me from the moment she met me. I'm gonna call her AJ, because her first name was A. I'm not going to actually say her name for her privacy, but we went to a church camp called Dripping Springs. And we went to a church camp for, I think it was like 5 or 7 days or something like that, to a place called Falls Creek. You might have heard of it. A lot of people go to Falls Creek. And this girl, before the end of Falls Creek, this girl and I were crying to the point that we didn't care. We were hugging each other. We were apologizing to each other, because we realized from something that was said that we didn't have to be that way to each other. Of course, it all stopped before before we got back. She hated me again. But it showed me that this girl, AJ, was not as horrible as she said she was. She just had a bad story. Something caused her to feel like she had to do this to people. And her story wasn't so great. Her backstory wasn't so great. And she felt like she needed to get attention from people. And she tried too hard. And I feel bad for her, because she tried so hard. And I could see she could really be a nice person. So I felt bad for her, because she could have really been a nice person. And I think that we could have been friends had we actually tried. But, and I'll admit that I, as a child, like younger child, not 17, I'm still a child. What am I talking about? But as like maybe a 12, 13, 14-year-old, growing up through those years, I probably picked on my fair share of people. And now I feel absolutely horrible about it, because I learned better than that. And my mom taught me a lot when she was alive. She taught me a lot. And one of the things that I've learned a couple of things. I'm going to give you guys a couple of things I learned. From my mom, people always love you. There's always someone out there that loves you. If you think that nobody on this planet loves you, I don't know you. I love you. I don't love you like you're my boyfriend, or a husband, or a mom or dad. I love you like you're one of my friends. Because truly, growing up, I've never really had that many friends. And so, I love you guys, all you guys that watch, like you're my friends. I mean, I have friends that, one of my best friends lives in Canada. She is absolutely one of my best friends ever. She's been my best friend forever. I love her to death. And this girl is my best friend. She lives in Canada. Now, I live in Oklahoma. How close are those states? Have we ever met? No. But would we do anything for each other? Absolutely. Anything possible that we could do for each other, we would absolutely do. And so, it doesn't matter how far away you are. Because, little do you know, even a stranger can love you. And even somebody who doesn't know you can love you just like you're a best friend. I've never talked to you. More than likely, you're watching this video and I've never talked to you a day in my life. But I still love you. I've talked to you a few times. I don't know you very well, but, I love you. You're almost like family, and I love you. You are family, I love you. You're in my closest friends group possible, and I love you. Absolutely, I love everybody on this planet. For the most part. I can't say that I love the people that bullied me. I can say that I love that it made me stronger. But I can say that for those people, I feel sorry. I feel empathy, because those people are sad. And I think that people all deserve to be happy. I mean, I sound very cliche right now, I'm sure. But I really do. I think that people should be happy, and I wish that more people could be. I'm perfectly happy in my relationship, and I'm perfectly happy as I can possibly be going through this situation. I'm as happy as I'm gonna get. At least I have clothes on my back, food to eat, and a roof over my head. I don't necessarily have a car to drive, because I can't drive yet, but I have a car, and I'll be able to drive soon. I have potential going for me. And so I'm very happy, and yes, granted, I wish that I could lose some of this right here, and some of that's on my stomach, some of it's on my legs. I wish that I could be a little skinnier. I wish that I could lose some weight. But I think there's not one person on this planet that doesn't wish they could change something about themselves. I'm still happy in the skin I'm in. I wish that some of it didn't have stretch marks from, me gaining so much weight going through all this stuff. But, yeah, I'm still happy because, I have people that care about me and that love me and protect me around me. And I have two of the most amazing puppies in the world, along with one of the most amazing dogs in the world, because she's no longer a puppy. She's a big girl, and she's been my best friend for ages, forever. For millenniums, even, that's possible, which I don't think it is, and I have a good support system, even if sometimes I feel like there are people that talk behind my back still. Even in this group of friends that's supposedly, super close to me, I feel like people have talked about me behind my back, and I don't always like the things that I hear them saying. If I hear them talking about how, maybe, I need to be in a different place than I am right now, well, no, because I'm in the place I'm supposed to be right now. Otherwise, God would give me the resources to be in another place. And that's coming from somebody who's not really religious right now, because I just lost my mom, and I'm not having too much of a great relationship with God right now. We're a God that maybe I don't believe in. So I think if you're just happy with what you have, bullies can't hurt you. I think back on all the things that I got bullied for, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. It embarrasses me, like, really bad, but, I'm not perfect, and I know that. I don't think anybody on this planet is perfect, and if you're perfect, well, good for you. You must be God. I'd love to meet you. As far as bullies go, just don't ever be afraid to stand up to them. Don't ever be afraid to look them in the face and say, look, your words are not going to affect me because I'm happy with who I am. And if you're so unbelievably unhappy with who you are, maybe you should go change yourself, because, sorry to tell you, kiddo, but hating on people That's not going to help you. It's just going to make you look more sad and pathetic. It's going to make you look like a loser. It's going to make you look like everything you call that person. And you know why you call these things? You know why you call people these things? Because when you look at other people, you wish you could be them. You wish they could be you. You're calling people what you are. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to burst your bubble there, kiddo. So that's all I have to say. I have a couple of questions for you guys to answer. Currently, my Facebook is not going to be used for answering questions and stuff, so all you guys are going to have to use is my Twitter and my email. I will put them in the little slide at the end of this video like I did in the last one, talking about the government shutdown. Sorry, I'm trying not to commit suicide with a headphone thingy that's broken. Anyway, so the questions of the day, even though I keep telling people I don't really do these often, I just try to get people to get involved. Questions: what are your thoughts on bullying in general, and if you could do something to stand up against bullying, be it in your school, be it in your city, be it just to defend your friends, whatever, what would you do to stand up against bullying? Would you put up flyers? Would you have a cinema play of your anti-bully DVD thing? Would you, what would you do? How would you spread the word against bullying? Would you just defend your friends or, someone you saw being bullied? Would you defend them on Facebook? So what is your take on bullying? And that includes cyberbullying, so let me know. If you guys want your video responses in the next video, if you're going to send me an email, which of course those are usually long and drawn out, if you guys are going to send me those, section out any part that you want to be read. If you have a specific thing that you want to be read out of the email, if you can highlight parts that you want to be read, that's fine. You don't have to type it out in one paragraph for me or anything. Just highlight it or put it in asterisks, which I'll also display in the end credit thing. You can also tweet me. All the information you guys are going to need to get a hold of me is going to be at the end of the video in the slides. Also, anything that I am going to be linking will not be linked immediately after this video is posted. You guys can check back later, because I still feel like my description thing isn't working, because for some reason every time whenever I press enter to start uploading, it doesn't show anything in the description, and by then I can't edit it even if I've typed something in the description. So I don't know if anything's in the descriptions or not. I don't typically go back and watch my own videos because I don't want to be the first view on my video like some pathetic person, but I will try to edit them as soon as possible. And I know I say a lot. And another thing, just really quick, I want to say one other thing, is that I have no idea if I'll be online for the next week or two. Right now, I currently have Wi-Fi, which I don't honestly feel like I'm supposed to, because I think it was supposed to get turned off a couple days ago, but I'm lucky and I still have Wi-Fi right now. So if I get cut off and you don't see a video from me for a couple of weeks, it's just because I don't have the money to get the Wi-Fi turned back on right now. We're waiting on this survivor benefits stuff, so just let me know. Just letting you know, rather, that I might not be online for a while. So if you guys don't see anything from me, I'm not dead. I'm just, I don't kill me off just yet. I'm just not able to get online. So yeah, answer the comment questions. You can check out all the information that you need at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that stuff. I'm going to try to fix the description thing. If it doesn't work, it'll just continue to be this way. Again, Facebook is not available for commenting or posting. You could go there, but any comments or anything posted about this video is probably going to be ignored, except for if it's family or something and they don't want to go through everything else, because mostly my family doesn't really respond to these anyway. They'll just like it or something. You can go on my Facebook and like the link to the video. You can find the link to the video, to this video there, if you want to share it with your people, with your peeps. But chances are I'm not gonna see your responses or check them or anything, because I'm trying to not use Facebook so much anymore because I use it too much. So I will see you guys in the next video. Also, don't forget that in about 4 to 5 days, maybe a little bit longer than that, I'll be posting my video response to my part 2 video of my government shutdown. So if you guys want to send me your emails, go ahead and do it. The bunnyzimvlog@gmail.com or the bunnyzim@gmail.com. I prefer it if you use the bunnyzim@gmail.com because that's, that's the one I check more often. But if for some reason it fails, you can send it to the other one. I think that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.